Everybody, it's Rhett. For those of y'all that know me, y'all know the whole story and everything that I've been through and all the miracles that have happened. So I'm expecting a miracle here, but just like any other human being, I've got fear because when you face the government, you're outnumbered. If you have no money, you have no chance. The whole innocent until proven guilty thing is absolutely a joke. That's only for rich people. You are guilty until proven innocent. I'm in a situation where I've asked a couple of people for advice and they just kind of blew me off. I'm offered a plea deal, and the plea deal's awful. It's 5 years probation. It's got a bunch of classes that I got to take involved in it. It's got a curfew. I lose my Fourth Amendment right. They take my DNA. And I'm a convicted felon after that. And I didn't do anything. I mean, I done some yelling, but that was what happened. I had been struggling with alcohol ever since I quit heroin in around 2016, 2015 was the last time. And I've been struggling with alcohol ever since. I'd go several months and then, I'd mess up. And then I'd get right back up, go several months, mess up. It was constantly me not drinking. Like, I didn't feel like I was getting any help from God. But I kept praying, why? Why, Lord? Please take this away. Because I knew I believed. I knew I was saved. I could see Him working in my life, but I just couldn't understand why this wouldn't go away. And I was like, is this the thorn in my side? So anyway, I had went and drank, and I'd passed out on the bed. I was woke up because someone rolled me off the bed, and then I got up and immediately I was being screamed at. She's got a really bad temper because she's a redhead, so she decided she'd start slapping me. Now she's 5'1", so it's not like she was hurting me, but I wanted to get away from her. So I locked myself in the bathroom to get away from her, and she took the door handle off and come in. She was calling 911, and I was yelling, please don't call 911. Do not bring cops into this, because these cops in Hayhire have harassed me forever because of the trouble I got in 2 years ago. But I have not gotten in trouble in a long time. Well, with the alcohol thing, after all this, I was arrested. And I got bailed out. It was a miracle. My wife and several other people got together, and overnight the money was raised for my bond and to get me out and to get me home. It was absolutely God, you could tell, the way it worked. Because it had sat there not doing nothing for a while, and then all of a sudden we have all the money we need, exactly. So I got out and I came to Arkansas. When I first got here, I was still having a little struggle with craving alcohol, and then all of a sudden it went away in about January of 2022. Wasn't it 2022? So I've got 2 years where I've had no contact with law enforcement. I've had no problems. I've not been in any trouble. I'm in an outpatient program, so I have to take a urine test once a month. I've never had a dirty urine test, and I've got proof of that for a year. There's no explanation for what happened to me other than God. And the situation is, I would love to get enough money so I could hire an attorney that would actually talk to them and get me a better deal, or let me take it to trial so the truth can be known. Because if they put my mama on the stand and she has to put her hand on the Bible, she's not going to be able to lie. I know her well enough to know that. Which is going to cause a perjury charge against her probably. So I don't want to go through all this. I don't want my mama to suffer. She did this because she was angry and she regrets it. She's tried to stop it, and the state has picked it up. because she didn't know that they were going to go to this extent. She thought they were just going to get me out of the house. But I argued with the cop the whole way there. As soon as we got in the car, he started taking kratom shots. And I said, "You're arresting me, and you're sitting there taking kratom shots with a 45 in a police car." And he told me, "You'll never see your mother again." And I think he was right, because now she's going through dementia. I can't see her. When I go to court, I'm not going to be able to see her. So I'm going to have to go for like 4 or 5 days. And I don't know when exactly it's going to be. I'll probably find out a week or two before. That's why I'm so worried about getting everything together beforehand, because I know I'm going to have to go short of the rapture. And I'm praying hard that the rapture gets us out of here and I don't have to deal with this. But I want to have the money to go when they call. I've got to use Uber while I'm there because I don't have any way to get around. So I'll have to go to calendar call, then I'll have to go to court. If I had a lawyer, then I'd have to go to trial, so I would need a lot more for motel rooms. But if I had a real lawyer, they would go to the prosecution and say, "Hey, can you banish him from Georgia?" They would come up with something, because I haven't been in trouble. And my mom wrote a statement saying that what was in the police report was not true. And none of that matters because the state picked it up. But anyway, I know everybody's struggling. If you can't help financially, I understand, because I can't help nobody financially. But please pray, because God can make things. I mean, he got a coin out of a fish's mouth. I mean, he can do anything. But I'm just like every other human out there. If every other human out there had the choice of taking a plea deal and lying, or telling the truth and risking going to prison, I know that most people would say, "Well, just trust God and do it." But my question is, could you, in this situation, in my shoes, could you risk prison when you've got a wife you love with all your heart? So it's a horrible situation. I don't want to go put my hand on the Bible and lie. But I don't have a choice. And any help would be very much appreciated. And I thank you, and I love all y'all. Even the ones that don't like me. The gospel is 1 Corinthians 15, 1 through 4, that Jesus died on the cross according to the scriptures. He was buried and he rose on the third day. If you confess with your mouth and you believe in your heart that Jesus is Lord, you will be saved. Because God gave his only begotten Son, so that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For he did not come to judge the world, he come to save the world. Well, thank you for taking the time to watch this.